Good afternoon. It's almost evening. It's 4:39 in the PM, and I am Pete Direction from Let Pete Plan at gmail.com, an agent for Boardwalk Travel Agency, and here to talk to you a little bit about the festivals, a little bit about Not So Scary, and just some other random Disney stuff. If you had watched any other news things, you will know that Disneyland had closed down early one night. I think it was Sunday night. Yeah, it was Sunday night because I think that's when Hillary was Hurricane Hillary. Don't want to mistake it for the other Hillary. Hurricane Hillary was coming in, or at least they thought so. They closed early on Sunday night, earlier than expected. It was still around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, a couple, in the evening. But they were, a couple, yesterday, I know they had on the thing, we were monitoring it, doing it when I got onto my, and later when I got onto my Disney travel agent page, they did not close down on Monday. I think the hurricane kind of took a different turn than was expected, but just for those people out there who are in the path or have been in the path or who have experienced damage from Hurricane Hillary and all the stuff that's going on in Hawaii, we wish you the very best, and our thoughts and prayers are with you. Haven't heard much about Alani and the hurricane and all the stuff that's going on in Hawaii, but it must not have affected it too badly before we would have probably heard about it. Not to say that it wasn't a bad thing, because it was a very bad thing. I know the president is there today, and this is not a news channel unless it's Disney news, and I'm not going to delve into all that kind of stuff. So, as I said, we're going to talk a little bit about the festivals, and of course, as you know, I think we talked about it with Pete and Jewel on the Pete and Jewel Epcot quick service. The festivals are some of the best ways to experience some quick service meals or snacks at Epcot. There are four. There's the Epcot International Festival of the Arts, the Flower and Garden Festival, the Food and Wine Festival, and the Festival of the Holidays. We are currently right now in almost a month into, not quite a month into, the Food and Wine Festival. And it'll be going on until November 18th, 2023. And about a week later, or 6 days later, actually, Epcot International Festival. The holidays will start, and it'll run through December 30th. No news on when the next, when the Festival of the Arts is going to start up, or the Flower and Garden for next year is going to start up. However, just looking at the dates from last year, you could probably expect a 2-week period in which they're not going to be. The Festival of Arts will start around MLK Day, because it started on January 13th and ran to February 20th. It is the shortest of the festivals, I think. The Festival of the Arts and the Festival of the Holidays run a little over a month each time. They're probably pretty equal in length. The two big ones are the International Flower and Garden Festival and also the Food and Wine. And the Flower and Garden went from March 1st to July 5th. And as I said, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival, sponsored by Corksicle, is running from July 27th through November 18th. There was a 3 week period in which there was no festival in Epcot in July. And again, it was hotter than you know what, and it has been still hotter. It's getting better. Either that or I'm getting used to it. I don't know. Although I don't see on the Weather Channel app excessive heat warning or on my phone anymore. So maybe it is getting a little better. Still hot. Still hit triple digits every once in a while on my car temperature, car thermometer. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but with that said, those are the things to look forward to. Also in Epcot, on the 22nd of September, they were going to start celebrating the Disney 100 on the East Coast. Don't really know much more about what's going to occur or if anything else is going to occur other than what has already been announced. Still don't have a definite date on the opening of Moana Journey of Water or even the new neighborhoods for Epcot. Basically, the World Celebration, neighborhood, because the Discovery and the nature are already kind of in place, except for Moana's Journey of Water is going to be part of the nature, along with the seas and the land, and I think the Journey into Imagination is going to be part of that also. So after all that is all said and done, and all the walls have come down, and all the scaffolding hopefully is coming down, we're really only looking at a few places in, one place in the parks that are really going to be something that can, be considered construction, and that would be Tiana's Bayou Adventure over in the Magic Kingdom and Frontierland. There is some construction going on in Grand Floridian, and they're going to be doing it. I had heard earlier, and I don't know how this is going to be, the foyer, the area, lobby. Thank you. I was thinking of that. Thank you, Pete, for reminding me. I'm getting old. The lobby is going to be going under some construction. However, I think they're still planning on putting up the gingerbread house for the holidays, and still have the gingerbread store there. I don't know how that's going to pertain to any other decorations and stuff, but I do know that was, and I know that they really are going to ramp it up, especially in the lobby. Going to ramp it up starting in 2024, so they can be ready for next Christmas also. When I look in on my travel agent site, excuse me, I have to sign in again. Good. They've accepted my new password. Had to update some passwords recently because of things that they wanted us to have Um, Again, looking in refurbishments, Walt Disney World Resort, um, Wilderness Lodge, Boulder Ridge Villages, Copper Creek. The cabins will be going through some renovations. They're going to be made into DVC. All Star Movies is apparently from January through April of 2024. The Fantasia Pool will be closed for routine maintenance. Guests are welcome to swim in the duck pond or at All Star Movies resort pool at all Disney's All Star Movies. Not any of the other All Star swim pools, but that one is Animal Kingdom Villas. That actually should be done coming up from February 1st, 2023 through September 2023, which is only 9 days away. Disney Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani will be undergoing refurbishment during this time. You may be able to see in construction. Okay. Beach Club, from January 7th through late this fall. They're going to be undergoing some refurbishment along with the boardwalk. Boardwalk doesn't give you any time frame, and I'm not sure what's going on there. Other than I do know they are what was the ESPN restaurant is now being changed over to another type of restaurant, so I don't know if they're considering that part of that. Caribbean Beach will be going through pool refurbishments starting in January through April of 2024. They do that a lot during those months is because a lot of people in March and April you kind of want to, in Central Florida you really want to swim, and there are times even in January and February that you do, but it's not as they do it more because they know that most people aren't looking really to swim as much as they are to go to the parks during that time. Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. Actually, this is all done. And they have reopened Trails End and Crockett's Tavern. Hopefully, I might get a chance to go over there and check them out, and then I'll report back to you. Poly, they are working on some DVC expansion near the Poly, and Port Orleans River, French Quarter, same thing. As usual, January through April, the Doubloon Lagoon Pool at Disney's Port Orleans Resort, French Quarter, will be closed. Guests may hear construction, and this is one of the things when staying at Port Orleans, is that you will be able to, if you're there during that time, you will be able to swim at Old Man Island Pool in Disneyport Resort, Port Orleans Resort, Riverside. Just seeing if they say if there had been anything on Lonnie, but it was all former refurbishments. So that's some of the refurbishments going on. Of course, we know about the park refurbishments. Still not sure exactly what's going to happen in Animal Kingdom in what was in Dinoland. I know that it's going to be. I really don't know what's going to happen. But with that said, there's a lot of rumors going around. A lot of things that if somebody's telling you it's the gospel, it might not be the gospel. there's only one gospel that I trust, and that's 4 books in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and that's not about Disney. um, so that's just, my opinion there. I got caught on some clickbait today, talking about Disney planning on shutting down permanently new theme park, and they had pictures of the Magic Kingdom out there, and I was going, what's this all about? Low attendance, low attendance. They were talking about Blizzard Beach, and because Disney hasn't said when exactly it's going to reopen, they're saying that it's closing down permanently. Nobody said anything. It could, I don't know, but we're talking Blizzard Beach. Not that Blizzard Beach is a bad thing, because as a matter of fact, it's a great water park, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's really, that, need to put people in a panic about. So, with that, I say, watch out for clickbait. This is not clickbait. This is Pete Draxstrom from letpeteplan@gmail.com, agent for Boardwalk Travel Agency, and I am willing to help you make the best vacation you can even think of. I will help you in the booking, in the reservations, and remember, reservations for parks are still needed before January 9th, 2024. But after January 9th, 2024, the only people that will still have to make reservations at the parks will be annual pass holders on select days. But most days. There are going to be some select days where you don't have to. And after 2 on weekdays, on all days except for Magic Kingdom, after 2, you won't have to make a reservation if you decide to show up after 2 o'clock. Also, any non-date based tickets. Now, I got a little bit more clarification for that, and that is, as I said, annual passes, because it's not date based. If you're a Disney cast member and you're using your passes for that's not date based. If you're getting your tickets if you're military and getting your tickets from the base, and you get them discounted base, those aren't date based. You have to make reservations for that. And also, if you are going on a trip with like a high school band or some kind of a big group and stuff, they usually are not date based tickets, and you will still have to make reservations. However, most times when you go there, you're going with a group of people, and you're going to the same parks the whole time, so everybody is making it. And I don't know if they make a group reservation or not. I'm not sure. However, just be aware of that. But most of all, if you and your family just want to get down after January 9th, 2024, you don't have to worry about reservations in the parks. However, we're going to talk a little bit about the dining plan, which is coming starting January 9th, 2024. And I talked to you a little bit about it in a previous video. And I talked to you about the resort refillable mug. And here is an example. Ooh, isn't it pretty? Now, this is about a $20 value. It's included in your dining plan, whether it's the Disney dining plan or the quick service dining plan. Each of you get a wonderful, beautiful mug. Not necessarily is it going to be the Disney 100 mug, but this was what was out there when My wife and I went in June to the yacht club, and this is what we picked up. I bring them home and drink soda out of them. I drink coffee out of them. I drink tea out of them. Whatever I'm usually drinking, I'm drinking them out of that. Unless really coffee, I'm sticking with my coffee mugs, which I have a few. This is an annual pass holder mug, Flower and Garden. Now, actually, I ended up buying this. Ended up buying this one at Character Warehouse, and they had them on sale. Now, at the Character Warehouse, you don't have to. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you have to be a annual pass holder to purchase annual pass merchandise. However, it's kind of like I always feel kind of weird when I look at some of the stuff like Disney Cruise Line or DVC stuff. I don't purchase it because I'm just like, to me it's kind of like, and this happens a little bit more, and I'm guilty of it too, but you're a college age kid and you go to let's just put it this way. I went to ISU, Illinois State University. Wonderful institution of higher learning. Loved it. Got a degree from it. I used it. It's one of those things. Paid my money to it. However, if a lot of people in the state of Illinois or even surrounding would wear something like Illinois State University, not just Illinois State University, or they would wear University of Illinois, which is probably the better known. It is the better known of the colleges in the state of Illinois. That, I was guilty of it. I'm still going. But for Disney, for some reason, for Disney, I just don't wear a DVC shirt. I don't wear a Disney Cruise Line shirt. Now that might change if I ever go on Disney Cruise Line. I don't think I'll ever become a member, DVC member. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not in my price range, and also because I own a house down here in Florida, I go, and I have an annual pass. I go to the parks when I want to. But with that said, I don't think they're going to card you and say, "Oh, you're not a DVC member. You're not a." I don't think that's going to happen. But it's just kind of a weird thing for me. I don't know. But just keep that in mind. Disney Character Warehouse is a good thing. I'm thinking about a video or two on tips and tips that go wrong. What are some things, and I'll post it in my Facebook page, and I'll post it on my Instagram, and I'll ask for suggestions. What are some things that you have been that you've gotten tips for that you thought maybe not the best? But with that said, and I don't know when that'll happen. I'm gonna look around and think about it. I get to go and visit my daughter this week, and maybe we'll talk about it, and my wife and I'll talk about it, and my son and I'll talk about it, and some other friends that I have. What are some of the best tips that you have either gotten or given that turned out to not be great for that individual person? And that's what I'm going to get at, is everything that you hear is an opinion. And it is my opinion, as I said, this is my opinion that Beer Garden is the best restaurant in Epcot. It might not be somebody else's opinion. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it's not somebody else's opinion. I'm pretty sure it's not somebody else's opinion that lives in this house. But it's still a good restaurant. And if you like that kind of food, it's a good restaurant. But if you're going to suggest someone about a restaurant that serves just barbecue and they don't like barbecue, well, that's not really a good tip. Okay, but I'm going to leave that with you. You have a very merry, not so scary, jolly, magical day. Goodbye.